Welcome everybody to the MLH Prep graduation for the November 2021 cohort. My name is Will and I'm one of the program managers here at the fellowship to make sure that the day-to-day experience is as awesome as possible. Now, I'm super excited to welcome you all and celebrate some of the incredible stuff that we have from over the last 3 weeks. Now, for those of you who are new here, the MLH Prep program is a wonderful opportunity for people to come together for 3 weeks and really build on their technology skills and teamwork skills to help them land a job afterwards. In the first week, fellows come together to work on a portfolio site where they're learning how to use GitHub and other tools like that to help them, learn how to work in a team, as well as helping them learn new skills such as how to set up environments, etc., etc. After that, they then progress onto a big web app for 2 weeks, where they build a web app that can use APIs to, tell the user all sorts of useful information. Now, we're going to go through all of that in just a little bit, but before we do, who's excited for the graduation? Let me know in the Twitch chat. I want to hear some excitement from all of you. It looks like we've got a good number of you watching already, which is awesome to hear. But we do have a pretty good lineup for today. Now, for those of you who are relatively new to the fellowship, we're gonna have a little play around with each of these projects. We're gonna see what each of the fellows have been up to, see what these projects do, and see if we can break them in real time, because that is what I do best. So what we'll do is we'll just give it a few minutes for everyone to get themselves in here, and then we will jump in and have a look at the portfolio sites. Hey, we got a few people in the chat. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Some people are excited. Good stuff, because the cool thing about this is people aren't necessarily have seen other pods work. So you've seen all the stuff your pods works from, but what about the other 2 pods? Who knows? Fantastic. Excellent. Well, we're going to kick things off with an introduction to the portfolio site. We asked each of the pods to work together to build a portfolio site in just 1 week. We gave them a basic template that displayed everyone's face, their location, as well as some blog posts on some of the cool projects people have written. But we asked them to expand this to much, much more. So let's take a look at what they got up to this week. Awesome. Well, thank you, Passwell. Really appreciate it. Now, let's have a look at the portfolio site. So this is what we gave everyone at the start, right? This is what we gave you on day 1. And as you can see, it's all right. It's all right. I don't want to criticize it too much. I did build it myself, but it's all right. It has, photos of the team. In this case, there's 4 people. Opportunity to change the pod name as you wish. And, people's names, where they're based. I'm out of London. You've got Amanda, Aaron, and Swift out of New York. Aaron's in London at the moment. And we've also got the projects. Pretty cool, huh? And I can click and I can, see all this stuff. But it doesn't really, it doesn't tell me much about the pod. What if I could, visualize where everyone is, see a bit more about everyone's skill sets, just get a bit more from it. So that's where we're going to jump into the 3 pods that we had for the November cohort 4.1.3, 4.1.4, and you guessed it, 4.1.5. So, to start off with, we can already tell that this is a huge facelift. We've got the Hacktivists, which was the code name for 4.1.3, and first of all, we've got a bio here. We've got a nav bar that actually has some use, and of course, my favorite feature, a dark theme. Oh, we do love a good dark theme. And I just realized something that will probably happen, unless it's already happened, is everything will switch to dark theme on this computer. So everything will freak out for a second. I think it might already be on dark theme. We can have a quick look. I am on dark mode, so we're all good. Now, if we scroll down a little bit, we can actually see the various people on the pod. A little bit cooler. In fact, it has links to their GitHub repositories. It has links to links to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Some people, I imagine, might have some or more. And you can scroll along and see various other people in the pod. And if I click on these, if I click on their name, boom, I can actually get a whole profile about the fellow, right? You're not just getting a little bit of information, you're getting a whole bio, which really kind of helps, build the pod vibe together. I really like this. Definitely a little better than my little template, huh? Anyway, we can see languages, hobbies. It looks like Grace didn't quite get around to removing the Laura Ipsum. I'll let her off, but we can see people's social media. We can see, you know, if you want to connect with people on LinkedIn, it makes it really easy to do that as a pod. So we'll hop back to the website, cool little loading animation. And we do have a leaderboard, which was for the number of PRs merged. Now, this is pretty cool, gets people hyped up. And now this is another little like sneak peek that we didn't really talk about was people worked in teams. So instead of just being told, off you go, build a thing and add it to the website, we pair people up into teams with the intention that you can help each other and learn from each other. Maybe they know something that you don't, maybe you know something they don't. And you can kind of share tips, learn from each other, and, you know, get frustrated when it doesn't work together. What more could you want? So looking at this, right, it is pretty awesome that we got how many pull requests? 10, 13, 14, 15, 16 pull requests in a week. It's pretty good going, really. And we've also got the projects list. So I got this cool animation. I wonder if it's using CSS animations and stuff, but pretty cool, pretty cool. And if I now click on online shopping app, I can see this has got a humongous benefit over the first one you see. If I click on the first one, how am I supposed to get back to where I was? Not overly clear, but we can see back button. Some of the smallest changes to some of the biggest improvements in UX. Boom, and now we're back, and that was super snappy and quick. He says, whoops, broken it now. Now, people who are watching along from home, let me know what your favorite bit about the 4.1.3 website is. I want to hear like what people are thinking. We could probably do some polls in chat of like favorite features. So let me know. We've also got a map here, which is pretty cool, because sometimes if someone says to me, oh, I live in, I don't know, some random city I've never heard of in a country that I'm not too familiar with, I'm not really going to be able to visualize how close or how far that is to me. So like, yeah, you know, I know where London is, that's where I'm from, and I know kind of like some countries, like I know where Paris is a good example, but maybe I don't really know where, for example, where there's, you know, Lagos in Nigeria. Do correct me if I did spell that wrong. But pretty cool, where I can see where all the fellows are kind of located. You can see how global the pods are, which is really cool. You know, some people really get to, you know, learn and meet people from all over the world, something that you don't often get to say very often. So very cool nonetheless. And yes, we do live on Earth. Good insight. Elon Musk would question otherwise. Oh, I've broken the map. If you zoom out too far, it doesn't like you. And then there's some pretty nifty little site maps. Some of these go onto different areas as well, onto actual fellowship website as well. But yeah, pretty cool website. And it's got a nav bar, which, it does like little animations. I am a fan. And if we have a look, we can actually see the portfolio, and you can see, whoa, 159 commits. Pretty good going, really. Pretty good going. Excellent stuff. All right, so we've seen 4.1.3. Let's have a look at 4.1. Ooh, went too far ahead. We'll look at 4.1.4. So what we've got here is looks like a little bit of an image overload going on here, but we did only give people a week, so we'll let them off. But if we ignore all these images at the top, we do have a pretty cool gallery of everyone, where if you hover over it, gives you their LinkedIn and their GitHub profile. We can have a look at Noah's GitHub profile. Looks pretty cool, and you can see, you can actually have a look at all his code. Likes this TypeScript in Python. Not for me, but you know, I like Python. Python's good. But we can actually click on these, and it will give us a little profile about the fellow, and I really like this. So here it tells you that Noah's got a little bio. We've got Python and JavaScript. He's interested in drumming and cycling. There you go, didn't know that. And where he goes to college. So pretty nifty stuff. And we can do it again for other fellows, and it tells you that it's Java, Python, C++. Oh, not for me. C++ is not for me. And Go. So pretty cool. Excellent stuff. But if we scroll down a little bit, we got the projects on here as well, and we can click on this, and this looks pretty similar, but they have fixed the logo. So it's using the MLH prep logo rather than the fellowship one. So I'm a big fan of that. And then here we've got another leaderboard. So this is for individuals rather than using teams. But you can see that quite a few people had some open PRs, quite a lot of merged PRs, though again, some pretty impressive stuff if I do say so myself. And then wrapping things up, we have the blog here at the bottom. As you can see, we've got week 1 experience, and again, Laura Ipsum, but that's okay. We'll take it. And if we actually have to look at the hyperlink, they all link to the same thing, but having a blog on there in the first place means there's the option to add posts. So we'll take it. But this is awesome. Like, this is so much going on compared to this original site. And considering, you know, Harvey, you may be unfamiliar with all of this stuff, you've done a pretty good job of picking it up and building something pretty impressive in a short period of time. Now, I'm going to turn the dark theme on for this because, you know, my eyes are getting a bit sore, and now it's getting dark early, you know, now it's getting cold, at least in the UK. And as you can see, we can see all the fellows again. This is using Leaflet. I know some fellows like using OpenStreetMap, some use Google Maps. There's lots of these map tools that you can implement into Jekyll directly, which is pretty cool. And we can see where these fellows are based. Quite a quick little bio about them, which is pretty nifty. Got a load of them over here in APAC, which is really, really cool to see. And we can click on them and it says here, little bio about them. One thing I would like to see is, like, if you click on the link, it would link up to the link up here. So pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Pretty cool. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at the last 4.1.5, which is the final pod. But before we get too carried away, let's just remind ourselves of what we're starting with. So this is what we're starting with. I've seen better. But here we've got, again, a really cool gallery of the fellows. And not just a gallery, but it's got their location underneath. It's got their, like, links. So if you want to go follow them on LinkedIn, then you can. Not a problem at all. And as you can see, I can just scroll along and see all these different people. It's pretty nifty. It works very, very fluidly as well. I can see the pod stats. And so I can see this pod has 5 stars, 17 forks, which is pretty cool. And a load of contributors as well. Last commit was in November. Funny that. It's November prep. Who would have thought? Yeah. And then we've got a leaderboard here. I don't really know how we're deciding the ranks, but again, cool nonetheless. Now let's have a look at the blog. Looks like we've got the correct logo. Do approve of that. As well as having a slightly nicer transition. Now let's have a look at this map. So if we zoom out, we can see there's some people over in the US. Got someone in Mexico, someone in Canada, someone in the USA. Very cool. We've got someone over here in the UK in Leeds. Big up. We've also got some people over here in the Middle East and APAC. There's Arslan himself. Very, very cool. So we've kind of had a little look around. Pretty cool. And there's also a contact form. Let's have a look at this. Doesn't actually do anything yet, but that's okay. And the feedback button as well. And then I really like these footers. These footers are really, really clean, right? Meet the pod. It just, like, zips you around where you need to. And it also just has, like, some social links in case that's something that you want. Pretty cool. So that was the portfolio sites. Now I want to just say to everyone, if any of those things on any of the portfolio sites really stood out to you, let us know in the Twitch chat. I want to hear from all of you what you thought of the other pods, maybe some of the stuff that you did yourself, maybe some of the stuff that your pod did as a team. I want to hear all about it. Let me know in the Twitch chat. Now, we're going to just quickly have a quick recap of the portfolio sites before we jump into the next part. Let's hear it from the portfolio sites. Pretty cool, huh? I thought so myself. Now, we're going to move on to the project section. So this is where Fellow spent 2 weeks working on a much bigger scale project. But rather than me explain, let's hear it from Past Will. After the orientation week, we set Fellows the task of building a React app over the course of 2 weeks. We gave them a pretty simple template hosted on Netlify that displayed the weather for a location you typed in. We asked them to take this and build it into something much more powerful and useful. Let's take a look at what they built. So, we are going to hop into our project now. So, we've got the React app, which I broke. We'll give it a refresh. So, we have our React app. As you can see, in New York City, it's currently 4 degrees. It's a little chilly, not going to lie. That is kind of chilly. Let me just move along. So, I'm out of London. Let's have a look. London, 2.55. It's really cold at the moment. If I put Edinburgh in, it's going to be really... Oh, I can't spell. Whee. Oh, it's not. It's 0 degrees in Edinburgh. That is chilly. But as you can see, this website is pretty simple. We're using React hooks here to allow you to automatically update this box here with the weather. So all I got to do is just change it. So I don't know. Let's me put Paris in. Paris, also pretty cold. I put Sydney in. Sydney. There we go. Sydney's quite warm. Maybe I should go to Sydney. And as you can see, it updates in real time without needing to press any buttons. As I type in stuff like, I know, Seattle, it just updates. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, Seattle. I can't spell. What? There we go. Can't spell now. Easy. Miami. Oof. That's the wrong Miami because I can't spell. There we go. Whew, 25 degrees. That is pretty warm. That is pretty warm. Sorry for all of you, those of you who use Fahrenheit. We will get to that in a second because as you can see, there is a pretty basic website here. It doesn't do a huge amount, but it would be pretty cool if you could change the units. If you could like have a map that you could click on. If it didn't just freak out when you typed in the wrong thing, it gave you some autocomplete. Let's think about it like that, right? Like what can we do to make this even better? So that's where this all comes in. So let's have a look at 4.1.3. So I'm going to quickly just swap to the cam for 1 second while I type in a location. There we go. We'll hop back now. So, everything got a little choppy there. Everything is very unhappy, but it's all good. So, as you can see here, I can close the whole of that tab group. Let's just close it. So, as you can see here, let's just, we can see we've got the location, and underneath it's telling us loads of cool information about the weather, the humidity, the temperature, the wind speed, as well as like forecast over the next few hours. And we can see each day underneath too. Sunday is looking snowy, and Saturday, seriously, damn. Which is pretty cool. And you can see here it's telling people what they should bring along with them. So pretty neat. And for those of you who do use Fahrenheit, boom, there we go. Everything is now in Fahrenheit. Pretty cool. Now, one thing I really liked about this website, and I'm going to just quickly turn on the audio so you'll be able to hear it too. If I just click on, it is the text to speech, I think is the functionality. If I just say, tell me the weather in Austin, Texas. Give me the weather in New York City. Damn. I don't actually know if you could hear that. Hello. Hello. Ah. No. You can't. Hang on. I can fix this. Alright.
Hi there. Please tell me which city you want to know the weather about.
Seattle.
It's currently misty and 49 degrees Fahrenheit in Seattle.
There you go. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. But yeah, this is the website there. I am a big fan. I'm not gonna lie. I am a big fan. Let me just change that. So, now the other thing that this website has that is very, very cool, if I just swap to this, we have the ability for a trip planner, you see. So this is very cool. So I can type in here like Cambridge, which is near where I am. There we go, Cambridge, England. I can type in Manchester. There you go, Manchester, England. I can press submit. And I think, there we go. Look at this. It's now giving me some recommendations. Sadly, they are in dollars, but still pretty cool. And I can see some good local places in Manchester to go stay. The ratings for them, I go change it to stay in the Crown Plaza. It also can suggest some restaurants as well. Looks like it's not working for me right now, but the fact that it can tell me this and help me plan a trip, you know, it's so much more than this basic website we had at the start, which all it does is tell you the weather. This is helping me plan a day out. Pretty cool, huh? Can you not hear? Oh, you can hear it now. I'm glad people could hear the music, the Chrome noise. Let me just turn that off so we don't get that anymore. So, pretty impressive, very, very cool website from pod 4.1.3. Now, let's have a look at the sound forecast. So this is 4.1.4's pod, and they took a little bit of a different approach. They thought, why make a trip planner? That's kind of dull. Why would you do that? So, they decided to suggest songs that you should listen to based on the weather where you are at. So I've got London, UK in here, and it's telling me that I should listen to a number of these songs. Now, for copyright reasons, I can't play any of these songs to verify that these are going to be the right sort of thing we're looking for this. But you'll have to just take my word for it. But if I now type in, I don't know, New Delhi, pretty popular place. You can see it's kind of cold right now, it's misty. But there we go. Oh, hang on. If I give it a refresh, New York City's come in. It was working for me earlier when I type in, if I put Greenfield in. There you go, the songs change. I don't know how it calculates it, but it's pretty cool. If anyone from 4.1.4 could let me know how all of these songs are generated, do let me know. I would love to hear from all of you. I'm intrigued because how do you work out what songs are good for the weather? When I love someone, when you loved, a lot of them have the word love, but it's raining. And it feels like -2. I'm not really understanding love and cold. Not for me. Big nah. But this is a really, really cool website. I really like it. And I also like the fact that they get the album artwork as well. So now if I type in, let's type in Seattle. Right, here we go. No. Hang on a second. If I now changed it to this, there you go. I've got some different songs here. Again, someone from 4.1.4, please let me know how this works. I'm intrigued. Seattle. Oh, the song's changed. Mood, Ice Cream, Love Your Voice, Scars to Your Beauty, Hope. Lovely. Interesting. Bit confusing, but interesting nonetheless. Excellent. So again, like I mentioned, and I'll just swap to the big face. If there's anything you see that you really, really like, let us know in the Twitch chat. I want to hear from you as much as you want to hear from me about your favorite things and things that really stand out, especially if they were from different pods. So do let me know. So, pretty cool. I like this. It's different, you know, and also you can scroll along. I've got this really nice widget here that displays the weather and just makes it much easier to digest the information. This, if I just type London in, it's just not easy. So I am a fan. Now we're going to move ourselves onto 4.1.5. Again, if anyone does know what's happening in 4.1.4, let me know. We'll hop back. But we're going to hop to 4.1.3. So I'm going to type in London. And as you can see here, if I just zoom in a tad, make it a tad bigger, right? It's telling me that it's miserable. But if I type in New Delhi, it changes. I like the background changes too. If I type in Miami, sunshine, interesting. Sydney was a good one. Sydney with a D in the beginning. Oh, it's raining in Sydney. Yikes. I suppose it is nighttime, huh? I didn't know you get rain. I just hope my PI was added. It had all the visuals inside of it. Ooh, interesting. But this is looking very, very cool. So now if I zoom in, and this is the other thing that I like about some of these websites too. If I go over to Paris and I click, sometimes they let you click. I think Weather Hub let you click. I'm gonna just try really hard not to dox myself. Yeah, we'll we'll try our best. Hang on 1 second, folks. Let me get this all set up. There we go. We swap back to the camera. As you can see here, I can actually just pinpoint on a map, and it's going to try its best to give me the weather. And it shows me where all the shipping channels are as well. There you go. Pretty cool. Anywho, hop back over to 4.1.5, and as you can see here, this website's really nice. I like the fact it gives you an hourly forecast, and it tells you what not to forget. Pretty easy, pretty simple, but it does the job. And again, this is pretty impressive because it's just adding on nicely to this existing one, right? This displays stuff nicely, but it doesn't tell you much. It doesn't give you much to work with. So they've gone and used more things from the API and, you know, made that useful to the user. Added a map, made it easy to digest what's going on. And again, added this like lovely little background thing at the top here. If I add Miami in again, it makes it a bit easier to read. Maybe something in the future is to change the text color. So that, my friends, is the 4.1.5. Let me know what you like about it. I'm a big fan. I am a big fan. Now, we're going to hop back and have a look. I'm going to quickly switch through what we're doing here. But we're going to just have a quick rewind and have a look back through all of those projects and just see some of the favorite bits from all of those. Let's have a look. So that was the projects. Again, congratulations to everyone. You've all done some pretty awesome work over the last 3 weeks. And every time I just set out the task of like, I give you a bunch of issues to work with, you always blow me away with how far you go with those and how you come up with your own as well. It's super impressive stuff, and you should all be mega proud of yourselves, especially as we go into the weekend. Now, this does mean we are starting to get close to the end of the graduation. We've seen the portfolios, we've seen the projects, but the one thing we haven't seen yet is, of course, the class photo. Let's have a look at the wonderful class of November 2021. Pretty awesome to see everyone here in the class photo. I love seeing this every single time, and we'll be sharing this later so you can share it with all of your friends and family. Again, a huge congratulations to everyone. The class photo is so awesome to see all of your faces come together, especially considering how global the program is. Now, that does mean we are at the end of the graduation. However, I do want to give a few final shout outs. If you're interested in coming and being part of the fellowship, stay tuned. There'll be opportunities to give back and be involved in various ways. And if you're looking to come and join the team, we are looking to hire a number of pod leaders. So if you had a great time and you think you're ready to give back to a pod in 2022, definitely check out the career site at careers.mlh.io. I'd love to see plenty of you apply because you're all awesome in your own right. If you're interested in keeping involved in the fellowship and you want to be a fellow next year, we have another prep program running in January starting on the 8th, as well as spring 2022, and which, in fun fact, all of you who have applied to prep are 10 times more likely to get a seat in spring just because of all the skills and experience that you have learned during these last 3 weeks to get a seat in spring 2022. So if you're looking to join the 12-week fellowship and get experience working on real-world projects with people all over the world, then you should totally apply, especially because the sooner you apply, the higher your chances. Yeah, 10 times more likely. Pretty crazy, I know. So if you're interested in joining, we've got that class will start on the 31st of January and be running till 22nd of April. Anyway, that is all from me, folks. My name is Will, and you can follow us on social media, ML Hacks everywhere. So stay tuned for more fellowship news. Anyway, that's all from me. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, folks. You thought I was gone? Anyway, folks, I'll see you all in 2022. See you soon.